I know this is a long shot, but I'm going to guess that at some point you have been to a website. And if you've been to a website, you'll know you type the address into your browser and your computer connects to the server. If you then type a different web address into your browser and try and go to that website, your computer will connect with that other server, which could even be in a different country. The reason that we can do that without having to change Wi-Fi networks or repatch the network cable is because that's what networks are there for. They allow us to switch what we're connected to without changing the physical cable or switching to a different Wi-Fi network. Now, making use of this in a local area network is basically doing the same thing on a smaller scale than the internet. And by doing our audio over the network, we get that flexibility of patching without needing physical patch bays. So we can really reduce the amount of cabling that we have in order to make every source available to every destination. Now, with the StageLink boxes, we make use of this network connectivity to reduce the cabling, but also by reducing cabling, we're able to take care of a number of different functions over the network connections. Now, if you look on the back of this NSA 4, we have two media connections here, which are used to provide redundancy. Now, in any mission-critical operation, you need to have redundant networks in place in order to guarantee that if one switch were to drop out, or one network were to become flooded, or one network cable were to be cut through or disconnected, or anything like that goes wrong, by having another network that ensures that you keep the connectivity. Now, we have the two media ports available, which are connected in parallel so that all the media is coming through both ports using the SMPTE 2022-7 protocol, which ensures that on a packet-by-packet basis, it's being compared which signal is the best, the one from media 1 or the one from media 2. And then whichever packet is the best will be taken to be decoded. Now, in some installations, it is also a requirement that we also offer out-of-band management. And this basically means that the management traffic, so the triggering signals which are sent, for example, to make the LEDs flash if we want to identify a physical device, that kind of command, that kind of data is sent over a separate network to the media, so that audio and the management commands are completely separated. This has the advantage that if one of the media networks were to become flooded, maybe one of the data transmitters starts flooding the network with a lot of uncompressed video, which means that it's basically like a traffic jam, the network is flooded or so full that no other signals can get through, the management network isn't touched. So we can still send commands to those devices, and if we can identify which device is sending out the flooding traffic, we can tell it to stop that. And then we can get the network back up and running as it should be. Now, we also supply power to the devices using the media connection ports. You'll see that on this NSA 4, we don't have any power adapter input. All of the power is coming in using PoE Plus through the media ports using the Ethercon connections. Now, the PoE Plus can be present on both ports to provide for redundant power. This means if the power supply coming from media 1 were to fail, power can come in through media 2. And as long as one of them is up and running, the device is going to have power. We can also offer chaining. So we can run, for example, from one NSA box, one StageLink box to the next, to the next, to the next. We can daisy chain them all the way through. And if the network supports it by offering rapid spanning tree protocol in the switches, then we can actually close off that loop so that if one of the devices were to become disconnected, maybe the cable gets cut through, maybe the device is stolen, because let's face it, they are pretty attractive. But if that chain, if that loop was broken, all of the other devices are still going to be available. Just by breaking the loop, it doesn't cut off everything that's behind it because it's connected in both directions. Although, and I really can't stress this enough, your network does need to support rapid spanning tree protocol, otherwise you will flood your network. Now, we can control the devices if we're running in that particular mode via N-MOS. Now, N-MOS is an open protocol that allows us to much more simply control media devices which are part of a data network. And so we can have the access to the N-MOS registry and the N-MOS controller, two of the other N-MOS devices that are used to provide for the management. We can have that available either out of band, or we can have it in band as part of the media networks. So again, we have that flexibility using up to 3 network interfaces to allow for redundant media on 1 and 2, plus then out-of-band management on the management port down here, which can also include N-MOS. Now, just one final thing about the network side of things. With the StageLink boxes, it is very important that they are all synchronized together. We're dealing with real-time audio here, going over a data network where data networks are not by their nature completely synchronized. So we use PTP in order to make sure that all the devices are linked together. If you're not so familiar with networks, you might have come across Genlock or word clock or tri-level or blackburst. These are all different ways of synchronizing different devices together. And if we're doing it over a network, we use PTP, the Precision Time Protocol, which then makes sure that all the devices are perfectly synchronized together so that we're not going to get any clips or pops or any kind of audio desynchronization or any kind of issues that come from a lack of synchronization across the system.